Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft Mediumcore. In today's episode I'm finally going to be just doing general tidying up around the base and fixing things that are broken that I have neglected. I actually started doing this at the end of the last episode and in between episodes like I said I would, because I noticed that I was having a lot of storage problems, so I said I'd work on sorting out my storage system, and I have done that. I'm also working on eating all these rabbit stews and getting them out of the way, but yeah, I've fixed a lot of my storage problems. So my miscellaneous items chest is not nearly as large. I hid a crafting table in the floor as well as the 8 furnaces and the other crafting table. And I figured that they'd be useful there because I do craft stuff and try and smelt stuff more often, especially depending on what I'm building, especially when I was building the townhouses. But that's just one thing I've done. Another thing which I actually am going to address later in this episode that I would like to fix properly is the storage system for my iron farm, because originally it was just 2 double chests, one on either side, but because I've spent so much time in this area recently, that wasn't enough, so I was having overflow and a lot of lossage, so I did lose quite a bit of iron without realizing it because I didn't have a good enough storage system. So just a temporary fix, I added a couple more double chests on either side, but what I want to do later in this episode is bring all this down into one storage system down here, filter out the iron, and throw away all the poppies that I get because I don't really want the poppies. So that's one thing I'll be doing. I'll probably work on getting a couple villagers into my underground library, probably increase the storage capacity of my wool farm, and then from there it's going to be more of I wander around and see what needs to be done. So I'll figure that out as it comes to it. So yeah, I guess the first thing I'm going to do is actually get some hoppers up and fix the iron farm storage system. This is quite possibly the single most disgusting thing I have ever created, but it serves its purpose. Originally I was going to sort out the poppies and stuff, and that would have made this a lot more complicated, but I actually decided against that because I can turn those into red dye, which I can trade for emeralds, and I just never thought about doing that, but it kind of occurred to me while I was building this. But yeah, this is absolutely disgusting and ugly, but at least it's not in the main base, so I only have to see this like once a month. But this aside, there is actually something that I wanted to do in the base. More of a cosmetic thing than anything actually important. It's just something that's been bothering me since I want to say episode 9. Sounds about right. Maybe episode 10. Very early on, very early on in the series. Because way back then, I didn't have a lot of resources. Especially not the amount of resources that I have now. Namely, iron. So I kind of cheaped out. So in this guard tower, I want to replace the leather sets with iron, which I don't know why I'm going through the effort to do all this when this has no effect on me whatsoever. Wait, I did that not correctly. There we go. Okay. This has no effect on me whatsoever, and I almost never come in here, but it still bothers me. Honestly, couldn't tell you why. Where's the other piece of iron? Is that all of it? That's all of it. There we go. I've now officially swapped out all this crappy leather with iron. And what am I going to do with this leather? Absolutely nothing. It's useless. I have no use for it whatsoever. So yeah, technically that's 2 tasks down. So next up, I'm going to get to work on expanding my storage system for the wool farm. Probably just buy a chest or 2. Just enough, because I already have it expanded in here. But the actual collection system needs to be expanded. So I'll do that really quickly. And then, honestly, that might be it. I can't think of anything else around the base that really needs to be done, so that might be it. So here I am, down in the bottom of the wool farm. I realized I had absolutely no better plan for this episode, so why not just build it on camera? Because it's, well, I don't want to say build, not really doing anything. Just slapping a chest down. Nothing fancy. But slowly this will all drain into here. I really regret not having a plan for this episode because it means I have like 5 minutes in which I have to find something to do. So I'll probably just, I think what I'm actually going to do is go over my plans. Just have the game running and be doing random things while I discuss my plans for next episode, because in between episodes and in the next episode, I want to actually start gathering material. I'll gather the materials in between episodes, and the next episode I want to start actually making a proper system of nether tunnels between all my nether portals, because I have, how many, 5 nether portals currently, and none of them are connected in any safe way. It is all just small strips of netherrack over lava lakes. So I want to start actually building nether tunnels. I have a design in mind that I've made, but it will take a bit of resources, and I'm not going to make you suffer through watching me gather those, so I'll do that off camera. But it's basically a lot of blackstone, a lot of warped wood, because I think those two look very good together, warped wood and blackstone. The colors just are very complementary. And then there's also, I'm not going to bother making an ice path in the middle, because nowhere yet anyway is very far. I might leave a space in the middle if I decide to make an ice path for a boat or for sprinting, but as of right now, I'm probably not going to do that. If I do, though, I do know where I can get some ice, and then that's gonna be what I'll be doing in the next episode. And then in the episode after that, I actually want to go through one of the portals and finally clear out the ocean monument. I don't know if that's exactly what I'll be doing in the episode after that, but that's my hope, that's my goal, is to be doing that, to clear out the ocean monument. Not entirely sure how well that'll go, since I haven't had the best of luck doing that in the past. But hopefully it goes decently well, and then I can start building up a guardian farm. Because if I can get cod, I can trade that to villagers, and then I can use the rest of the stuff to make sea lanterns. And sea lanterns are one of my favorite light sources because they just look really nice. And I have a plan for a build way later down the road, but if I do end up able to do it, it will take a lot of sea lanterns. But that's all assuming that I actually get that far and am able to do that. But yes, that's a plan for a build later down the road. And I just in general like sea lanterns. I think they look very nice. They're good on podiums, and they make good lamps, and they're just one of my favorite light sources. My favorite light sources in the game are lanterns, soul lanterns, and sea lanterns. So all the lanterns. I did not realize that until I said it out loud, but yeah, all the lanterns. I love the lanterns so much. They're absolutely my favorite. And if I can get a lot of them, that'd be really nice. And then with actual prismarine blocks, why is this open? Okay. With actual prismarine blocks, I can probably use them as little accents in certain builds, depending on the build. And then, actually, I might not even bother making prismarine blocks, because there's not really a point. But yeah, sea lanterns and cod is the main reasons, because with cod, I can trade it for emeralds. And that's what I really care about, is making emeralds, because you can never have too many emeralds. Also, at some point in the future, I would like to start making a wither skeleton farm, so that I can actually fight the wither, because I think 63 episodes in and still haven't fought the wither, maybe 62. I'm not exactly sure how many episodes I'm in. I'll have to look later. But yeah, and I still haven't fought the wither. I still don't have a beacon. I have all the emerald blocks for one. I have all the uses for one. I just don't have one. So those are my generic plans for the next period of time, especially next episode, Nether Tunnels. That is my main goal. So, all of that out of the way, all that being said, this episode was a bit more boring, because I didn't have as much of a plan as I should have, and I'm sorry for that, but I got a good layout of what I want to do next time. So, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.